Our topic today is creating wealth through investment. And in this panel, you'll get much more information, much more about NRS, various products we really do have in NRS, such that you are able to be acquainted with them. And I will put, I'll go straight to our CEO, Mr. Maingi. Kindly tell us the brief history of NRS Deposit Taking Sacco.
Good morning. Good morning again. I want to ask ourselves, where were we in 1993? 1993, tulikuwa wapi? You know, 1993 we had the revolution of multipartyism. We had yellow fever outbreak in Rift Valley. What can you remember yourself about the 1983? Me, I was 7 years old. I was in school. What can we remember 1993 in your lives? Okay, some of the things that today we stand here proud of is the birth of NRS, because NRS was birthed in 1993 by very hardworking men and women from Derry, Tiabae, Karai, and Kamogoga. In 1993, remember we didn't have this financial institution revolution like we have today, whereby you can access your money on your mobile phone. That was not there. So these men and women, so it is wise for them to come together, contribute money, form an institution like what we have today, by putting the little they could have, so that at least when need comes, they can be able to access some few money to support their business or their needs. So in 1993, NRS Sacco formed in Derry with one branch, that is in Derry branch, and started with less than 100 members. These are members from the dairy farming that were doing milk selling from those centers, that is Derry, Tiabae, Karai, Kamogoga, milk collection centers, with a noble idea to come together again to form an institution where they can rely on financial wellness. Back from 1993, going to 2005, we had the next branch, which is Kikuyu branch, being opened in Kikuyu. And in 2010, we had the end office being moved from Derry to Kikuyu. This 2010 to 2012 is when we saw the Sacco even going further, opening another branch, which is Wangige branch, having bought land in Wangige and built up a fully fledged branch. This year, between 2010 to 2012, is when we had NRS also being registered as a depositing Sacco by the regulator, SASRA. This enabled us to also rebrand our name from the Thika Rural Sacco to NRS Sacco. The same 2010 to 2012. From 2014, 2015, we started the revolution of NRS. This is on mechanizing or systemizing our services. This is when we had our first systems to be able to at least bring on board the emerging technologies that were coming in place to be able to serve the members better. And we had onboarded the first technology, that is in 2014, all the way to 2019. But between 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016 to 2019, this Sacco stagnated. I may say so. The dream that was there and the management that was there didn't propel it to the needs that we are looking for. So this period, the Sacco didn't grow so much. But from 2019, when we had to come up as membership, not as management, as the supreme body of the SACCO, which is the members, come together and say, we need a change so at least we can propel the SACCO from where it was at that time to today where we are. We members saw it wise for them to bring a new change, and the new change the management, and we had a new board coming in 2019. 2019 was marred by various challenges. Of course, we had what we call liquidity challenges. We had regulatory challenges that we had. The regulatory challenges I am saying with our regulator SASLA, we had challenges to do with our other regulatory bodies like KRA. We had other challenges with our membership itself. They didn't trust what was there. So when the new board came in 2019, they had an uphill task to change this and make sure the SACCO stands to what it is today. But first things first, what we addressed on was again to try and bring what we are calling trust to our membership. Because you know there is no SACCO without membership. And when this management was coming in, the first things that they encountered was very many members wanting to exit the SACCO. We saw many refunds, people asking for their money to just exit the SACCO. But we managed to talk to them and ask them to give us time to change or to revolutionize the SACCO to what we want to have today. So we tackled that on the membership. And we managed to bring the trust of our members from what they had seen to what we have today. Secondly, we tackled the issue of regulatories, which is issue to do with SASLA. There are issues that we are not compliant with. We worked on policy making to make sure that we are compliant on most of the issues. And one of the issues that makes compliance difficult is the issue of systems. So systems that were there, we had to invest and change quickly. So this happened. We brought in a new system which is robust. Remember, this 2019 is when we onboarded things like mobile banking. Sometime back in 2018, we could find that you come to the SACCO, you take so much time to even transact your own account. So these things we really finalized them in 2019, onboarding a new system, and again training of membership, and also training the board of directors, the staff, for a seamless transaction for these members that we dearly owed dear to them. That was done. We went on to KRA. There are some taxes that were not being paid well. We had to solve this issue of taxation to make ourselves compliant with the taxman. Of course, you know KRA can go ahead even freezing your account. I believe you know that. We had that attempt in those 2017, 2019, but we managed to stabilize that by paying taxes that were due to KRA and being compliant. Today we boast ourselves to be even people who can be awarded and what? A tax compliance award by KRA because of the steps that we took from that time. The regulation requirement from SASLA is what we also took up. Again, there are ratios. Remember, regulator looks on the ratios. We have recommended the ratio. It needs to be at least 15%. You have to boost that to 15%. You have to also to make sure that other ratios like core capital are within the grips of the, or what you can say, the regulatory compliance by the regulator. And we made sure that also we are compliant on various ratios. It was not easy, but again, the trust that you want your members to us made us actually be able to achieve that. So 2020, this is when now we say we are to hit the ground running. Because in 2019, I can tell you for free that when you look at our when we look at our overview of our performance, 2017, 2018, our total assets were below 400 million. And what I want to explain on these total assets is that, our biggest asset is not actually land, buildings. That's not our core business. our biggest asset is the loan book. So you have to make sure that as much as you are giving loans, those loans, you remember they are being paid. You have to make sure they are being paid and paid well. And still, the repayment versus what you're giving out, the disbursement or what you're giving as loans is higher than the repayment for you to enable you do what? Experience what is called a growth in total assets. And this was achieved because from below 400 in 2020, we've been able to accelerate to a double digit, or double what we earned in 2019. From below 400 to what we stand today at 800 million and above. Actually, the other day we are at the board and we were making a joke and asking ourselves, by the way, how did we come and to just in a few years to manage to look at the billion just like it's just iko karibu sana, because that's where we are ending. By close of this year, we anticipate to be almost 1 billion. And do you know what it means for 1 billion as an institution like us? It means we've stopped being called a small tie and circle, ama kasako kandogo. Hiyo inakoma. We change from that narrative from being called a small circle. We move from a small circle to a medium tie and circle. And medium tie and circle, all these circle classification is measured with what? The number of assets you are holding as a circle. So when you bridge the gap to 1 billion, you move from a small tie and circle to a medium tie and circle. When you grow from 1 billion to 5 billion, then you go to tier 1 circle. And this is possible because of the trust you've given us as membership. We stand tall today because you trusted us. When we look at deposits, this is money that you've given us as members. We look at deposit, we've grown our deposit from a mere below 200 million to today what you're holding, which is almost 600 million from you as members. So this actually explains the trust you have with us, or entrusting us with our whole 600 million to hold on your custody. So without much ado, I want to go to what we've grown, which is our corporate culture. We have been able to embed a corporate culture whereby we have chosen to have values of what the membership can identify us with. We have also embedded ethics. The ethics is professionalism that we put in place in terms of our operations. Innovation, diversity, and also collaboration with our different stakeholders, just to make sure that our membership enjoy the services the way they enjoy them. So why choose NRS? I know we have different circles. We have K-Unity, we have banks, but why choose us? We offer excellent relationship management to our day-to-day operations. We make sure that at least we listen to you. That's why our slogan, of course, your development partner. We cannot develop alone. We have to partner with you to do what? To do that development, to realize that. Tailor-made solutions. Another day we had members in my office asking me, what can you do for the youth? Remember, we have a niche that is not tapped by most of the institutions, and we have a youthful membership. And they are asking us, what products can you bring for us to be able to accelerate our growth as youth? And today, I'm proud to say that we have something in place that is coming up to assist what? These youth. The first turnaround of loans. I believe what you experience when you are taking loans in the institution, actually, same day, a week, even in big loans, this can only be compared with what? With banks. Not even other circles, with the banks. Because you walk into the circle today, you want a loan of 5 million. Within a week, I think this is made possible. So I would want to have actually talked of our history in that analysis. So today's topic, or today's main agenda of us having you today is that we need to talk about wealth creation and investment. And what I want to talk on today is cash investment.
Okay. Maybe Bwana CEO, before telling us about cash investment, you haven't briefed the members today. How much is NRL's worth? Because the other time I saw you people in the media and with His Excellency Oparanya with an award. You need to tell us much more about that.
Thank you, Mondalita. SACCOs celebrates their marriage through the Ushirika days. In our local Ushirika day, that is Kiambu Ushirika, our SACCO managed to have an award on what? Compliance. Remember, as I was talking about our journey, I've talked about the challenges that we had in 2019. And I talked about us having policies in place, so many things being put in place for us to ensure what? Compliance. And indeed, this year, the Kiambu Ushirika Day awarded us with what? Compliance. We also participated on a National Ushirika Day award that was held in Safari Park by the now sitting CS, which is Ombeta Oparanya. And again, the SACCO was awarded an award on what? On technology, the best technological SACCO in our category. So this, for us members, I think we need even to clap for ourselves because it's a milestone for us.
Okay, thank you for that explanation. And at least we have known the brief history of NRS SACCO that is 1 year old. And that's why he was posing the question, where were you that 1 year ago? That is in 1993. And let us go back to our topic today, creating wealth through investment. And Bwana CEO, can you tell us what is the difference between wealth and having money? Because you can be wealthy and you have money, and you can be wealthy and you don't have money. Can you elaborate more about that?
Thank you, Mondalita. There is a question of what's the difference between money and wealth? Money, this is a monetary measure. This is coins, notes, or bank exchange certificates that you normally hold. That is just money. But wealth is a different perspective, or we hold it in a different view. Wealth, we can say, is what we say our financial stability, good health, the self-actualization as a person. You find that you set yourself your targets that you have been able to achieve. We have also good relationship. Remember, you can be having money like you don't have someone even to be near you. That when you have people around you, remember that is wealth. So in a nutshell, I want to differentiate between money and wealth as money being the monetary cash that you have, but wealth being not only the financial stability or financial status, but also a good health, good relationships, self-actualization as an individual. When you have achieved all that is when you say, I am wealthy. So I think, Mondalita, I'm trying to answer that.
Okay, thank you. Can you also explain to us what you mean by cash investment and how they work?
In our today's day-to-day operations, as an individual, in the government, wherever you are, we are given or quizzed with a question of where do we invest our money? How do we invest this money wisely? So I want to dive on all those things, and I want to start by saying our biggest investor is the government. How do we invest in government? Government, you know, already does what we call borrowing. Ile kila mtu anasema hii serikali imefanya nini? Imeomba sana. Iko na madeni wapi? Kila mahali. But I want to demystify that and say that we have internal borrowing, which is a local borrowing from you, the citizens of the country, and we have the external borrowing. So I want to touch on the external borrowings kwanza as a government. Government borrows externally through what we call bilaterals. Bilaterals is a government-to-government loans, We have all, when they attract what we call multilateral loans. Multilateral loans is when they borrow from things like World Bank. We also, what we have concessional loans, whereby you find that the government has gone to World Bank, borrowed some money. We have that. We have what we call government bills and bonds. So I want also to explain further between mainly where we can be able to faster invest in the government on. So the internal investment or the internal borrowing by the government is through what we call government bonds and what we call fixed income securities. So what are these fixed income securities? We have things that we are calling the treasury bills. What are the treasury bills? This is when the government is borrowing from you directly as a citizen of the country. You invest in the projects that they are doing through something called a what? A treasury bill. These are short term. They are below 1 year. Then you have bonds. Bonds are medium term and long term government borrowings from you. So how do you invest on these treasury bills and treasury bonds? Treasury bills, you can invest directly through the CBK by having an account with the CBK. You can also open an account that we call a CDS account that can be able to invest through these bonds. Number two, on these investments, we have things that we are calling like money market. Money market, these are people who are regulated by CMA, and they collect money from the public, pull that investment together, and give you returns when you need your money. So today the prevailing rate is between 8 to 11% in terms of what? The money market funds. The prevailing rate between the treasury bonds and bills is, again, I think is something to do with 14% and below. So we go to other things where we can invest our money. We have things like what you are calling what? Fixed deposits. And this is what we are saying, as a circle, this is an avenue that we've taken in place. And NRS, I think, has been very, very, very vocal in the market in terms of fixed deposits because of the rates that we are offering our membership. Our rates starting from 8% to 13%, depending on the money that you are giving the circle. And this is what you are asking ourselves. Why invest in NRS fixed deposits? It's because of the return of investment that you're putting your money. Remember, most of us, I know, we are looking at wealth creation in different ways. And we're asking ourselves, like today, nikipata 1 million, nikipata 2 million, where do I push my money to? People are saying, wacha ninunue kashamba mahali, I invest on land. Others are saying, I have a land in place somewhere, I want to do a flat, maybe I start receiving rent or income from that flat that I've invested on. But again, we're asking ourselves, there's something that you don't ask ourselves. You want 20 million lying somewhere. You want to invest that 20 million in what? In a flat. Sini kweli? But what is the return of investment? What is the return of investment of that 20 million being tied down in what? In a building. You want to see, will you start earning profit from it, from the point of completion of that building? The answer is no. Because again, for you to earn profit, you have to recover your 20 million. And then, after that, you start earning something out of the 20 million. And this is what you are saying. Before even you push so much on fixed assets, which are land and building, you can consider yourself and say, what if I push this 20 million in an NRS fixed deposit, in government treasury bills, in money market? Will I not start earning profit immediately? And the answer is, yes, you will start earning immediately. So there is no loss. Because when you're looking at it, we're asking ourselves, after 20 million in a building, there's the waiting period, a construction. There's the hassle of now knowing, pesa yangu imeibiwa, mafundi wameniibia, smiti, unaona, all that thing you cut it out completely.
Okay. Maybe before we go to Susan, get prepared on the business product. Bwana CEO, you have mentioned something to do with the fixed deposit. Can you tell us, you educate us, why should I have a fixed deposit at NRS as opposed to any other financial institution? And also at the same time, what are the risks of investing with NRS?
I want to say the reason as to why you need to have an account of fixed deposit with NRS is because we take as low as 500 on fixed deposit. So for you who are starting to invest your money, you can start as low as 500 and as high as the amount that you have. So we give ourselves that surety that at least my 500 at the end of the month will earn me something. Number two, why is it important to invest with NRS? You are sure of the investment value because again you are saying in the market where you are looking at fixed deposits that are being offered by different banks, you compare the rates of investments and you say NRS is giving me 13% vis-a-vis the banks that are giving me 9% or 8%. So the value of your money is being noted in a NRS. Again, remember in cash investment, you talked about things to do with joining the circle for you to reap your reward. Because in a bank, there is nothing like unaweka savings tunapatia mara ngapi? 3 ama 4. But what are the advantages of doing that in a circle? When you're doing that in a circle, of course, you are sure at the end of the year, we have dividends and we have interest on that investment that you put in place. And in turn, you're also getting around towards what? The investment that you have.
And how do I withdraw my money after the maturity, the fixed deposit amount?
So our money that you are offering on fixed deposit, you have a maturity period of 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year.
What about if I have got an emergency before maturity? Can I withdraw the money?
So you find that money today, you can be having money. Tomorrow there's something that has cropped up and you need your money back. For NRS, what you are doing in fixed deposit, we count the days that money that has been in our account. So if you intended to fix it for 1 year, but in 6 months or 2 months or 1 month you want to withdraw, we count the interest that it has earned for the period it has been with us. Remember, in other banks, this probably is forgone. So that is the advantages of us being the circle.
Okay, thanks a lot. Let us go to Susan. And for those who came late, our topic today is creating wealth through investment. And we shall have Susan to tell us about the business product. What does my business need to qualify for a business loan? Tell us.
Good morning, members. Good morning, members.
Good morning.
Kuna baridi sana. So, karibuni sana. I know majority of you are asking yourself, sisi kama wanabiashara, NRS inaweza kutusaidia na njia gani, si ndio? So, we also need to know how much do I put so that I can be able to benefit to get a business loan. I'll take you through some of the advantage of you opening an account with NRS and some of the benefits that you are going to get for when you are getting the business loan. So, what do you require so that at least you are able to qualify to get a business loan? We have various type of business loan. Ya kwanza inaitwa Forza Bizna. Forza Bizna ni gani? Forza Bizna is whereby you are able to use your current account. Most of you, I know you have accounts in banks. The same way that you normally operate your account in bank is just the same way that you can operate your business account under NRS Circle. So, when getting this business loan, what do you require? The first criteria, you are supposed to be using that account. In using that account, what do you mean? Unakuja, unaweka pesa, ukitoa. So meaning, we give you our own pay bill. I don't know how many of us have our pay bill. Kuna wenye tuko na pay bill, NRS. So we know how it normally operates. So what we normally do, you stick that pay bill kwa duka yako, be it a cosmetic, be it a hardware, we give it to you. Ukishapewa hiyo pay bill sticker, the money mtu akikulipa ina reflect directly to your own account. So meaning, nimekuja kwa duka yako, nataka kulipa. Instead of you paying via other till, you use your business account. So what you normally use is the turnovers ya your account. Umekuwa ukiweka pesa ukitoa aje. So meaning that is the first criteria. Your character is also a determiner. How much have you been depositing and also withdrawing money? That can be able to give you a loan up to a maximum of 1 million. So ni kumaanisha, if all of us start using our business account, instead of you using that pay bill that you are using for some other vendors, use our own pay bill account and you can be able to get unsecured loan. Tumeelewana hadi hapo? So meaning, kila mtu tukitoka kutoka hapa, we be given that pay bill account, wende ustick kwa hiyo duka yako, continue using it, and then you can walk in kwa sako yako, and then you'll be able to get unsecured loan up to a maximum of 1 million. The next loan type of product, we still have a quick fix. Unaweza kuwa kuna stock, umeambiwa mahali, and then unataka kununua haraka haraka, and you don't have money. Come to us, we give you that quick fix with a maximum duration of 6 months, of which unaweza chukua saa hizi na hata ulipe kesho. So from the wording itself, inaitwa quick fix. So ni pesa ile ambayo inaweza kukukwamua immediately wakati uko na shida na kuna mzigo wako imekwama mahali. So you walk in and then you get immediately and you pay it with a duration of 6 months. So the third type of a loan that sisi kama wanabiashara tunaweza qualify nayo, it's the one that is called a business loan. A business loan, by default, all of us we are member. Unlike the FOSA Bizna, whereby you are using the current account. For the business loan, we normally give you in a multiple of 4. So by default, sisi wote tunekanga pesa kwa normal deposit. So you will be given in a multiple of 4. So ile saving yako kama umeweka 100,000, utapewa mara ngapi? Mara 4. And you'll be able to use a security. Wengi wetu tunajiuliza security inaweza kuwa nini? Security ya kwanza inaweza kuwa title deed. Security ya pili inaweza kuwa logbook. The best thing that we have done for watu wa biashara, we have partnered with various people, including watu wa motorbike. I'm thinking I've seen one of the member that we bought for him a boda boda. Maybe you can lift up your hand. Yes. He's one of our living testimony that we also purchased to people motorbike. And tukitoka hapa tutapata hawa watu wa motorbike wamesimama hapa nje. If at all you're interested na biashara ya motorbike, come to us and then we can still buy for you, and then hiyo pesa unapata kutoka hapo, it's be kept in your business account. So
okay, maybe for you proceed, maybe we can take on this side at least 2 questions. Bishop, you are saying something. Give Bishop a mic.
To get your money back, are you eligible of the interest that had been earned until the time you have prematurely dissolved the whatever?
Thank you, Bishop. To respond to your question, which is the period that you wait for your money to be out after you have been invested, and you've not waited for the entire period, but you want to get it out. Our system, the way it is working, interest, if you have fixed 1 million and the rates that you've given you is 13% per annum, this starts counting from the day of fixing. So in the event that you want to withdraw your amount, maybe after a month or so, the interest will be computed up to that date that you're withdrawing your amount. Then, the waiting period, if you notify us of your intention to withdraw your investment, I think we give you 24 hours to access your money. I hope I've answered that question lightly.
I'm not satisfied with that.
Yes, please. I'm saying if you want to get your money out, you will get your 1 million plus the interest that it has earned for the days that it has been us.
The explanation I got sometimes back was that since it's in a premature situation, I wasn't able to get an explanation that I should be getting anything from that.
I think before what we earned is you give notice to withdraw, but over time, because of the demand that has been there, we've been able to sort out that. And I think once you notify us or want to come to the office and want to get your money out, you're supposed to get it with the interest earned for the period. And this is what is making us more attractive than other financial institutions, yes.
All right, to avoid distracting the flow of the motion, because my case was 2 years ago, I'm going to follow up on that.
Please, please.
Point in order. Another question. I saw another question at the back. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. My name is David, and I want to ask about the business till. So the advisor to the president said that they are going to use business till as a way of checking the taxation. So what are we going to do about that? Because as you can see, most of the businesses now have started to hide the till number, because the KRA guys will come and they will get my till and come to you, and they're going to give you the statement of my transactions. However, that account, I don't just deposit money for the business, I also deposit my personal money. So they are going to think that this is the money for the business. So I don't know, are you going to separate the business till with our personal money, or what are you going to do? Thank you.
We are aware of government, how it's trying to actually oversee transactions, because again, even as us as a SACCO, we have been really stand on what you are calling financial reporting center. But for it to come to your specific account, I believe that is a breach of policy, and they have to have what you're calling a what? A court order. But yes, the pay bills on taxation. What we have as an account, we have two accounts. We have the normal force account and a business account. The business account is normally what is tied to what? To that pay bill. These other accounts are not tied to the pay bill, unless you instruct the office to do a what? Transfer from your business account to other account. In the event that even the government want to come and see, they have to see there where this pay bill is tied to. But I don't believe this has passed even in court on data protection.
The last question, Thomas. The last one.
Good morning. My name is Jiro. I'm not a member of this circle, but I would just want to inquire whether one can get a loan with a security and at what percentage and the amount one can get. Thank you. Am I clear?
Yeah, you are clear. Susan?
So it's possible for you to get a loan. We have various different products depending on your specific need. So what you are required, you are supposed to open an account with us. Once you open an account with us, there is a part that is called the normal deposit, or either mjengo deposit or asset finance. So all those ones, they have different criteria of you getting a loan. So once you approach us, depending on your need, we'll be able to advise you the best deposit that you are required to deposit. But each and every type of a loan has a different multiplier and has a different interest. But what we guarantee you as our member, we give you favorable interest and also a good repayment period based on your criteria of paying. So if at all you are not one of our member, we welcome you. There's a desk that is there. Fill an account opening with us, and then we'll come directly to where your business is and open for an account for you.
Maybe to add on that, everyone can qualify for a loan. And everyone can even borrow a billion. Si ni kweli? But what to engage on you giving a billion, 100 million, or 10,000, is your ability to pay. That has to stand out. We in Kiambu are lucky because of the value of property we are holding. Today in Kiambu, I think is 10 million and above. If you go to probably my area where I come from, a acre can even not reach that amount. So if you lend money with the value of security, then I think the security will not be able to pay the loan. I think even we have gone further to give loans, even that are not secure, because of how this person is able to pay the loan. I know we have a loan that is unsecured completely, that you are giving at, is it 1.5? 1.5%, based on the ability of this person to pay. We not only check on security. Security comes as the last thing that we are looking at. What we are looking at is their ability to pay.
Maybe the last one, such that we go to the panelists. Yeah, just write it somewhere. We shall get back to you in the next session. The last one, Mr. Gaido.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Now, one I think is following up on what my friend here had asked about, the tax and the pay bill. One thing that I know is when the KRA person or people come to your shop, they will not consult the ticker or an RIS. So I think that answer was not properly answered, and I think what you need to do as management is consult with KRA and get to know if they need to get that data from a shop. How can you direct them so that they just get the one on business and not the one on personal deposits? The other one is the person who was asking about when you withdraw money from a fixed deposit abruptly, that is before the period is over. What I wanted to ask is, are you able to assess and get to know the interest any time so that you are able to gauge as the interest grows? Maybe you had a target, a certain need, and you needed to have a certain amount. Are you able to get the account balance so that at a certain time you'll be able to say, this will be worth what I need to do?
Yes, you're able to do that. Our system is able to compute interest on a daily basis. So this gives you an avenue to know in a week how much of my money earned, in a month how much my money has earned, in a month how much the money has been earned on my interest, on the investment that I have. So I think that is respondent.
Let us take the last one, such that we go back to the panel. The last one, Kaidre. Yes, you're free to ask.
Hello, how are you?
You're fine.
My name is Colin Hingae. I'm a member through Keno branch. I just wanted to inquire whether the loans are subjected to CRB status.
Mr. CEO.
Remember in Kiambu, Ushirika, I have reported that we have an award on compliance. And remember, we are regulated by what we are calling as a strategic partner, financial reporting centers. And I believe CLB is a body that looks at the performance of the loan to make sure that at least you are not a motobola who doesn't pay the loan. So yes, as a circle, we check on the CLB.
Okay, let us go back now to the panel. We were on you, Susan. You are telling us about Forza Business, about the business loan and any other product. Can you tell us, do I need a security to acquire all those facilities?
We have talked about Forza Business. That Forza Business is totally unsecured. It's the one that we are saying, use our pay bill and then continue depositing, and also you can be able to withdraw your money there. So meaning it will be based on the activities that you normally do in that account. So meaning you can be able to get unsecured loan with that Forza Business.
Up to how much? It's also good for us to be able to know.
Up to a maximum of $1 million. Because it's totally unsecured, but it's on a graduating scale. You can start with 300,000, the next time you go to 600,000. It's based on a graduating scale.
In other words, you are telling the members here today that if they are able to acquire NRS pay bill number,
yes,
they can access through the transactions that are in their business, they can access starting from a graduation factor maybe from 50,000, 300,000 up to $1 million unsecured.
Totally.
Okay.
Continue using our pay bill and our business account and you'll be able to get it. But for the one that requires security is the business loan, whereby you get in a multiple of 4 but using a security. Sorry, repeat that question. Give him a mic.
Use the mic.
I'm asking this. You've said the business loan you can get from any amount to up to $1 million, but it ranges from, but it grows maybe from 300, 400, and so on. So how do you get my business so that you know how much I'll be worth?
What you normally do, there's something that is called character that you normally look. So the first criteria, when you're getting a 50,000, let's say for example you are having a kinyozi and a person who is having a hardware. You see both of them ability to pay, they are not the same. So the first criteria, tunakupea hiyo loan mara ya kwanza, uendeleze biashara yako. Sio loan itakusaidia kuendeleza biashara. So meaning by the next time you are taking a loan, you definitely not take 50,000 because the first loan assisted you to move to the next level. So that is what we call a graduating scale. So the first time you take 50,000 and then you are able to add up stock and still paying your loan. So you graduate to another level up to a maximum of 1 million, but using our Fossa Bizna.
And maybe Susan, for the business account, basically because it's maybe a current account, do you have a checkbook?
For the business account, the best thing, there are various ways you might ask yourself, kwa sababu watu wangu wamekuwa wakiweka kwa hii pay bill, how do I stand to withdraw this money? Because you have already given you a pay bill and your members are coming, or your customers are coming to your shop and they are paying through that, our pay bill. So how do you withdraw this money? We have a very robust mobile banking system whereby you can be able to withdraw. So we have 2 ways of withdrawing. You can download an app, or alternatively, you use a USSD. So meaning you can be able to withdraw that money and it comes directly to your M-Pesa. The next thing, there might be you have suppliers who you are paying and they want their money directly. You can transfer money from bank to bank. So that our mobile banking system still have that platform whereby you can transfer from your own account and send to a person who has an Equity Bank account. The third thing that you might ask yourself, in case I have suppliers, when you nafaa kuwalipa, how do I pay them? We have partnered with 2 banks. Number 1 is Coop Bank and number 2 is Family Bank, who are our clearing house, because as a SACCO, we don't clear checks. So you come to us and then we give you a checkbook and then you can be able to be paying your suppliers with it. So those are the various avenues that will be withdrawing your money.
How do I need to open a business account?
The business account, by default, all of us, we have our ordinary saving account. So the only thing that you need, you only come to us and then we open for you that business account and we give you our pay bill for the business people and then you start transacting with it immediately.
Members remember from 1993, the journey to today. We've seen our membership age with time. We've seen more members being 35 years and above. And as a SACCO, as management, we are looking to onboard also the youthful members. The Fossa Bizna loan was mainly tailored for the youth. How? These youth, we looked at them this way, we found that they're having small businesses. They might not have a title deed, they might not have the logbooks, but they have the need for money to invest in their business. So with that reasoning, we told them, open a business account with the SACCO, we give you a pay bill, you start transacting with the account on the pay bill. The transaction will guide us on giving you the first loan, which is totally unsecured. So with this, we are not only building them to accounts of saving every month, but also building them to taking a bigger loan and also them acquiring an asset that they can secure a bigger loan with. So please, I know some of us have the youth at home, some of our youth are here. Don't shy away from the coming to the office and making sure you have an explanation on how to access a FOSA business loan.
Is that something?
Okay, another thing that we look at when you're giving business, be it the FOSA business or the business loan, remember that account is your transactional account, whereby you put your money and then you also withdraw it. Now, the beauty about it when you're giving you, for example, the unsecured loan, we look at the transaction, what is your average income through the use of that pay bill. And that is also part of what we use to determine how much you will be able to qualify. And also another thing, you find that you have different obligations. So a lot of time you have maybe pale mtu wa kazi umemwachia, na saa zingine unataka kutrack transactions zako. So you can actually have a different M-Pesa number that can only receive the messages to the person that you live in the shop. And then now you also have, with that, then you're able to tell and you're able to look at how much has gone through your account for the day when you're doing your tabulation.
Okay, thank you, Beatrice. Now, apart from business, somebody may be a farmer. Do you have any facility, maybe like Krimo? And also, I read somewhere that you have partnered with NAV DCP, a World Bank project. Enlighten us about that.
Okay, as a SACCO, apart from our business people, si hata mkulima pia ni mtu wa biashara. We also have a product for you specifically that is called a Kilimo loan. But in partnership with the ministry and also NAV CDP, that is what they are calling, NAV CDP, and also in partnership with World Bank, there is a product that they are giving to specifically the farmers. So what they are doing, wanakuja huku mashinani, wanaweza ku-identify what you normally do. Nyinyi kama wanachama, pengine mmeshikana watu wenye huwa wanafanya nini? Wanafanya pottery, wanafanya avocados, wanafanya pia dairies. All those people, we have partnered with them. So with NAB CDP, we are able to get money ambayo inaweza kuweza kuingia mashinani at a very affordable rate. But the first thing that you are required to open an account with NRS SACCO, be an active member. So that wakati hizi pesa za World Bank zitaweza kutoka, zitakupata kama wewe mwenyewe ni nini? Ni an active member. So in collaboration with World Bank, there is money that they are channeling it, but they are channeling it via a SACCO. So as a SACCO, what do you normally do in order to be able to assist you kama wewe mkulima? We have a value additional product that we normally give to our member. An example is a tank. There are some of you who are beneficiary to that tank, so we can still give you that tank and then you continue paying as you benefit with the tank. Apart from that, we can still buy for you the biogas, we can still build for you a cow shed, and there are some of our members that we have also tumwanunulia ng'ombe. So we buy for you a cow and we also do an insurance for you. So for the farmers who normally do farming, don't be left out with this NAV CDP project in partnership with the banks. Be one of the beneficiaries through NRS SACCO.
Vice Chair, add something?
Yes, to add on what Susan has mentioned on the NAV CDP, what this division, which is a World Bank funded project, has come up with is clustering our various farmers into three: the poultry, the dairy, and the avocado. What they're asking is that for the interested individuals, you register yourself under what you call the CIG, that is the common interest groups. We have our agent sitting in Kino and also with us today. So if you'd want to register yourself, maybe you'd leave your name and the contact. Sorry? Christine. Yeah, so Christine, she's here with us. You can register with her. Now, they will get in touch with you and cluster you into your classification on the CIG. So such a time when the funding comes in, then you shall be contacted and they'll do a proper KYC on your end. Thank you.
Maybe from you and Mr. Waweru, can you tell us the Kilimo loan in the World Bank? Is there any subsidized rate of interest?
Yes.
For the members to be aware.
Yes. Once we get this funding through this you call World Bank, they will dictate the terms and conditions. And of course, what they are saying, it will be below 1% based on their fundings that they'll give us.
Okay. For those who have joined us late, our topic today is creating wealth through investment. And just outside, I've seen a desk for Unique Prime Housing.
Yes.
Can you tell us what is Unique Prime Housing and how do you become a member?
Thank you. That is a question that is very dear to my heart. Now, under the various forums we'd had in NRS, the ETI, that is Education, Training and Information, we'd had with our members, we had the pleasure of discussing that you may need within you and us an area that we can fund you in acquiring property. Based on how the SACCO is molded and also guided by the Cooperative Act and also by our bylaw on the objectivity, that the SACCO can only do the business of lending, of credit and savings and credit. Now, we had a shortfall of that particular business niche. And to bridge it, we came up with Unique Prime Housing. Now, Unique Prime Housing was founded in 2023, October, last year, the month of October. Now, the scope of this Unique Housing is to enable our members to acquire affordable housing. And I know that I'll be given probably more time to expound on that. Yeah, so.
You can continue.
I can
Still
continue.
the same, yes.
Yes, within the same. So we are envisioning that we will get some land in our neighborhood, which is, in the outspans of the Gio, so that we may have to build houses for our members. And since it's a subsidiary of NRS, so you will borrow not from us, but from NRS. So what is the link? The link is when you have shares with NRS, and the Unique Prime has built a house, and the value or the cost of a house is 4 million. We will ask you to go to NRS and get a loan. This money is coming directly to us as a Unique Prime Housing. Then we'll give you a complete house. We are not going to sell you an off-plan house. We are envisioning to sell a complete house. Why? Because you can come to us and tell us, now, how will I afford to pay the 4 million? Then I'll give you an answer and I'll tell you two things. If you are in a rental property or unit, move into this particular house. Use that money that you used to pay your rent to pay the loan. 2. Take up the house, rent it out, use that rent to pay up the loan. So those are the areas that we are trying to actually amalgamate so that our members can come in and take up this unit in an affordable way.
Maybe on the image behind, just check on it. I can see, is it an upcoming town or an upcoming gated community?
Yes. That is our master plan. As I've said, that within the Digio Nashu area, we have expansive land. And since we are guided by the cooperative principles in this Unique Prime Housing, and one, I would say that before we secure any land, we shall call our members. Right now, we are boasting about a shortfall of, I think, 90 members. And maybe once we have our first AGM, we shall ask our members, what area do you want us to buy? Because we are guided by the cooperative principle of encompassing everyone in the future development that you want to have.
Okay, help me understand the relationship between NRS and Unique Prime.
NRS and Unique Prime. Unique Prime is a fully owned subsidiary of Unique Prime is a fully owned subsidiary of NRS SACCO.
How do I become an investor?
I would say first you become a member. Becoming a member, you register with us, you bring the requisite documents, which is the KRA PIN, there is a passport size photo, and there is the ID. Then there is some money to be paid, which is firstly for you to become or to adopt any organization, and so to speak, the Unique Prime, you have to understand their bylaws. So we are selling our bylaws at 300 shillings. So that is one of the amounts that you have to pay. Then from there, there's a registration of 5,000 shillings. Then there's a 10,000 shillings as share capital, so that you become a shareholder. And this, I'll tell you why you need to become a shareholder. And also the seed capital of 60,000 shillings. So actually the entire amount is 75,300 shillings.
And lastly, to you in terms of Unique Prime Housing,
Yes.
why should I invest with Unique Prime Housing?
Yes, thank you. As I said, we are guided by cooperative principle. There is a principle called the autonomy of independence in the 7 cooperative principles. This one, what it gives you is a mutual benefit that you because why I'm saying this is because we are having so many housing in the national housing for government. But you see what the national housing government doesn't give you a say as a member. They will build a house, you will occupy the house, and that is that. In the Unique Prime Housing, because of autonomy of independence as a member, you're able to sit and decide on 2 things. Location as number 1. Where do we build these houses? You're able to interact. Number 2, which is very important, is the acceptable service charge. This is what has actually been an elephant in the room in so many, this you call gated communities, that you've bought a house, then you're slapped with about 20,000, 30,000 service charge. And you all know that there's nothing you can do about it. You'll have to pay. And this is a lifetime investment. So when you are invested with the Unique Prime houses, you sit and set the standard. You can review at any one time because of this share capital, because you are a member and a shareholder. So, and also the percentage. We are also envisioning that because we are packaging the Unique Prime Housing as an investment vehicle. How? Since you paid the share capital, we are going to be sharing the surplus, or what you call the interest, after every sale of every unit, there has to be what you call a profit or a surplus. We shall be sharing a 40-60% share on the surplus with the members for a lifetime. So what does it say? If you go to the first and you realize maybe a 10 million profit or surplus, we shall take a 40% of that 10 million and share within the membership going forward for a lifetime. Project B, you share the profit. C, you share the profit, irrespective of if you've owned a house or no. Subject to you have paid the share capital.
Okay, thank you. And we have a desk as we wind up. Just pass through the desk for Unique Prime. You'll find our relationship officer there, called Praise, and he will tell you much more about Unique Prime Housing.
Maybe to add on Unique Prime, we need to support this baby. It's a baby for NRS. And in doing so, the Unique Prime has its own management that is actually different from NRS management, whereby we have directors on that. And I'm seeing a few in our midst of membership. I think they can stand up so that we know them, and directors of Unique Prime. Kindly stand up, please.
Richard, we can see you.
Yes, is it morning? Good morning. My name is Nancy Kamau. I am the vice in Unique Prime Housing. And as the chairman has said, I want to second that indeed this is where we need to be. Housing is very important, and housing, we will never ever go wrong. We need a house to live in, and we also need a house to live on. That is what we are educating, especially the young people. That can you try and make sure you have your own house to live in to avoid paying rent? And immediately you do that, can you also look for a house to live on as an income? Thank you so much. And as you've been told, outside there, you'll get more information. Let us join Unique Prime. That is where we need to belong. Thank you.
Good morning. Jina yangu ni Richard Mukona, supervisory, Unique Prime.
Thank you, Bwana Mukona. Let us go back to the panel. And now to Beatrice, our marketing officer in NRS Sacco. What do you need to open a Chama account?
Okay, thank you. Let me start with the term Chama. I am sure kila mtu hapa yuko kwa chama, be it a family chama, maybe chama with friends, friends with benefit. And you find that a lot of times that we have chamas, we do merry-go-round. So mnachanga kila mwezi, mwisho wa mwezi, alafu mkichanga, moja wenyu anaenda na hizi pesa. So uzuri wa chama ni ati nawaletanga pamoja. It is like a pooled investment whereby you bring in money together and you're able to like go home with a lump sum. And it can also help you in terms of investment. Now, how we do our chamas is that you can be able to borrow a loan as a chama. I know that a lot of places where you go, you find that they tell you over and above you having maybe a chama loan, you need to have guarantors, and normally it shares. So I will tell you that we do it differently. We have chama account independently as a standalone. So it does not affect the money that you have in your account. It doesn't affect any other loan that you have as an individual. But the beauty about chama, and I'm sure that the vice chair will talk about it a little bit later, is that you can be able to do a lot of investments when you have a chama account. Because look at it this way. For example, you find that every month your group maybe contributes about 10,000. And then in 12 months, you have like 120,000. But most of us, or a lot of the chama, find that maybe ikifika hiyo mwisho wa mwaka, tunagawana pesa. Sindio? Ikifika January, tunaanza tena. But just imagine that this amount of money that you have, mwache withdraw, muendelee kusave. Inamaanisha mwaka ya pili mko na ngapi? 240. In a short while, kama miaka 2, 3 ama 4, you have been able to accumulate like 500,000. So what can't you do with 500,000, especially when you have your chama account at NRS? You get a multiplier of 4. So inamaanisha mnapata 2 million. Hii 2 million, na najua vice chair tuongea baadaye, you can get, saizi kuna a lot of houses zinajengwa, studio apartment going for maybe 2.5, and that is immediately mnaanza kuearn pesa, si ndio? Alternatively, mnaweza ingia commercial, mnapata maybe mnanunua gari naanza kuwalipia hiyo loan. Lakini imagine 2.5 million, umeenda umenunua hiyo studio. Sisi wote ni watu wa biashara hapa. Alafu unapata biashara inaanza kwenda chini. Saizi tunaona there's a lot of taxes. The turnaround, whatever you used to make, I'm sure, at the same period last year is not the same as what we are making now. You find that at some point, maybe you got this engagement, you have done an investment, and then somewhere down the line, you're unable to pay. But imagine if you're in a chama. It means that whatever you're paying, for example, your contribution for the month for the loan was like 20,000, and you have a chama for 10 people. It is that 20,000 divided by 10. Kwa hiyo ni pesa kidogo, si tunaweza manage to contribute as an individual. So it makes everything easier, especially when it comes to investments. So our chama investment is very easy to do. I know a lot of us will think, ile chama niko nayo haiko registered, ama maybe what do I do? We have 2 ways we can do chama. If your chama is not registered, we can assist you. That is why we are here, because we are here to help you grow. So you can be able to register, the social service says 10 members, but sometimes you find that you cannot be able to get 10 members who are like-minded. Mimi nafikiria biashara, lakini maybe wale tuko nao wanafikiria maybe sherehe ama kitu ingine. Even if you're less than the 10 members, you can actually even open it as a joint account, and you'll be able to actually reap the benefit. And the only thing you need to open an account, a chama account at NRS, is just the group certificate, KRA, and then the KRA and ID of the official. Najua wengine wetu watatuuliza, especially right now vile mambo inaenda. Sasa tukiwa na KRA pin ya chama, situaanza kuambiwa tufanye returns at the end of the year. Now, chamas are normally registered as a self-help group. So that one actually, maybe the CEO can assist me on that in terms of the KRA.
Okay, maybe before he assists you, you mentioned something to do with KRA. Can you tell us, for example, if a group have got a KRA, what does it mean? Will Zakayo be waiting for you? Let us know.
Okay, if the group does not have a KRA pin, what normally happens is you start it as a joint account where the official, that is normally the chair, the vice, and maybe the treasurer, opens the account. So once you get the certificate registration and the KRA, now we change it to a group account and we do not charge you anything. And whatever you have contributed into that will still remain under the group account.
Bwana Mainge, you want to add something?
In terms of return, of course, the group also will do returns, but it's not as complex as the other because these are collective yearly returns. So we can also assist on this.
Okay.
Maybe to add something also. Majority of us in those chamas, that money for the table banking, we always entrust it with one person. And by the end of the day, kukikua kubaya, what happened? Si atapotea na hiyo pesa. What we can urge you as our member, come, open an account with us. That money for table banking, wacha tuieke kwa our current account. Our current account, wakati kutakuwa na tuko na shida yoyote, we'll be able to withdraw that money either via a checkbook or through over the counter. So kindly, hiyo maneno ya kupea pesa mtu mmoja aende aeke chini ya mattress, it's not good on our end. So bring that money and open an account with us. Also, maybe to add something on what our marketing manager said, in these groups, that is where World Bank inatumia kuchannel pesa. So you can imagine, if at all you are doing pottery, and World Bank imekuja imepata your group is very active, what does that mean? The money will be channeled to you kama watu wa kwanza. So sini sawa wanabiashara sisi wote wenye tuko na chama tutafungua accounts.
Before we go back to Beatrice, you tell us maybe how much can a group qualify. Let me take this opportunity to recognize the presence of NRS board chairperson. Madam Chair, say hi to the members. Mike Hydre.
Good morning. Wow. It gives me great pleasure to see each one of you, and I'm sure we are learning. And there is so much to learn, and again, we are privileged to join the chamas. We can make chamas. I was just whispering to my neighbor here that we can do chama, even if we are bored, we can still do a chama. So please, let us all agree that even though we have individual accounts, let's take this opportunity of the World Bank money with very little percentage of interest, and then we'll be able to promote ourselves. So karibuni sana and continue. I also want to thank the panel who are encouraging us with very, very educative questions and actually prompting us to do so much within our NRS circle. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And maybe for clarity purposes, if you have any question, you have your notebook, write that question there, hand it over to our Keno branch manager, Christine. Christine, just pick the questions such that you are able to hand them to the moderator, such that we are able to answer them as quickly as possible. Now I go back to our marketing manager, Beatrice. Can you tell us how much can a group qualify in brief?
So for a group loan, it is on a multiplier of 4. So whatever you've been able to save is what we multiply by 4.
How do we get the loan as a group? And also, do you loan to the group or the officials? Let us know.
Okay, so for the Chama account, if you have fully registered as a Chama account, we loan it to the group. We do not loan it to the members.
And what are the benefits of taking a loan as a chama?
The beauty about taking loan as a chama is the ability to pay in small amounts, because this is a contribution by each member. So whatever amount that you're supposed to repay is actually divisible by the number of people that you have in the chama.
And also to indicate to the same, you have run a group. And basically maybe, it happens that some of the members don't pay the contribution as well as the installment. What would happen?
That falls under what you have in the chama in terms of the constitution. What does your constitution stipulate? Because one of the requirements to open a group account is actually you need to have a constitution for the group. And normally it has all those things in terms of the deposit, in case a member does not pay the contribution, what are the mitigations that you're supposed to do as a group.
And also, in NRS, what else can we benefit as having a chama group with you people?
The beauty about chama group is that sometimes we have one vision as a group, we want to invest. But you find that as members, we are not blessed equally. You find that some of the members might have assets that they can use to get individual loan, but among us, we have those ones who I will call mkulima mdogo, mwenye hana asset, yenye anaweza mshikilia na loan. So we have a product that is called a micro lending product. What happens is that you as a chama actually co-guarantee each other. So for example, if I have an emergency, be it medical, maybe be it I cannot be able to get school fees, or maybe na sisi ni watu wa biashara, maybe umepewa oda kubwa na ile pesa uko nayo haitoshi, and you need somewhere that you can rush and get cash, and maybe your transaction does not qualify you, or you do not want to go the business way. Now with the co-guaranteeship of the members, which you as a group agree that enyewe we need to loan maybe one member or two, then you can be able to get it. And the beauty about it is that it is on a multiplier of 4. So your individual account, if you have like 20, then you can be able to get in a multiple of 4, so that is 80,000. And it does not affect the contribution of the group, neither does it affect the loan that the group has in case it is there.
Okay, now let us go to our operations manager. Suppose somebody is out of the country. Do you have in how is that member able to benefit in NRS? And how are you able to register him as a member in terms of convenience, or in terms of mandate returns? Do you have any platform in regard to that in respect to diaspora banking?
Thank you for that question. As a SACCO, we have members wenye wako na watoto wao, their spouse, their friends who are in diaspora, or maybe walikuwa huku Kenya and then wakaamua waende biashara abroad. So in terms of those members, as a SACCO, how do we assist them? So we have a diaspora membership of almost closer to 100 members that we normally interact with them on maybe daily basis and others on monthly basis. And we have been able to create that clientele in a very closer relationship with them. So if you have such members who are no longer in Kenya and then they are in abroad, you can still tell them we have facilities for them, whereby we have partnered with a cooperative bank and we have a product called Pay to Forza, whereby a member mwenye ako abroad can be able to pay money directly na itaingia directly to their own current account. So meaning for those members who are in abroad, tell them they can still invest back home. Because you realize most of our members who are outside Kenya, they always remit their money to banks. And by the end of the day, do they stand any chance to get any return? They don't. And you can see in NRS, just like what you have been told by the vice chair, we have a lot of investment that you can invest with us. Either in real estate, you can also invest in fixed deposit. So you can tell them, wakati wako huko, they can still deposit directly to our own account, and they'll get SMS on showing that already wameweka pesa. They can still view their own account. We have a very robust mobile portal whereby they can also be able to check their balances. So for the members who are wako abroad, just tell them to open an account with us, and then we can add them to our WhatsApp group.
Maybe I'm asking for a member who is out of the country, assuming he's in US. How can that member borrow?
Yes, they can, kwa sababu we can still send to them the form and then they borrow, and we still have some other people who can be able to what is it called? Power of attorney. Appoint somebody who is in Kenya who can be able to operate for them the account. So it's still possible for them to be able to borrow and also invest with us.
Okay, can you also enlighten us? They have already opened an account abroad, that is a diaspora account. How can they be able to access the money in the account way back in the diaspora country, that is?
We have a very effective mobile banking. They can be able to check their balances through that, and we also have a members portal whereby they can also be able to check their account through. So with those two channels, they can be able to see everything that is going on with their accounts.
Okay. Do you have any other platform that connects diaspora members together? Maybe let us enlighten us such that if a majority of our members have got members in diaspora, they can be able to advise them on what to do.
We have that one that is called Pay to Forza, whereby it hits directly to your own account. So it's very possible. So we urge you, for the members who wenye wako inje, tell them to come and invest back home. Yes.
On Pay to Forza, this is a platform that we've partnered with Cooperative Bank to enable our diaspora members to limit their money to NRS. It's a real-time basis. And what it does, you don't have to convert the money when you're for example, in the US, you convert it from dollar to Kenya shillings. Once you send your dollars to the country, the module is able to convert your money to the Kenyan currency at the prevailing rate that you have on the country, and the same is reflective in your Forza account on real-time basis. So with the members portal, you're able to see the reflection of the money in the account. That is an increase in your account.
Okay. The time was coming. I saw you have what we call safekeeping. And Mr. Mainge, can you tell us, can you expound more on what safekeeping means for us to be able to know?
I want to differentiate between safekeeping and safe custody. It's almost the same. Safe custody is mainly offered by the bank where they give you a safe custody box. Tuko pamoja mpaka hapo? So this safe custody box, you can go access it. One key is with the bank, the other key is with you. You're able to see your variables where you have stored them. And maybe if you want to increase the variables that are there or change them, you can do so. For us, what you're offering is a safekeeping. Safekeeping is where you are keeping the physical documents. These physical documents are things like title deed, logbooks. These days I've seen wazee wame-evolve pia. They are putting things like wills in safekeep. You know, you as a person writing will, we call a trust it. You give the will, you write your will, then of course you appoint a person to execute your will, but that document is sealed unless you write another one that can overwrite what you had before. So even that we normally keep.
And also, you mentioned items that you can consider for safekeeping.
Yes.
And is there any control? You need to enlighten us. What are these? How do you mention it? Power of attorney use. Is there any other?
We can keep things like power of attorney. A power of attorney, of course, a document that you have with our Akili to control certain areas. We can keep it for you. And we allow you to make changes on the documents that you've given to us. How you bring them? You bring them in a sealed envelope. That sealed envelope, we enclose it in another envelope that is sealed until it is open when you are there. The seal cannot be broken. So we allow you change of the documents now and then. We allow you addition of the documents that you have put. Maybe you had 2 titles, umenunua titles zingine. You can allow to earn those titles. And also, once you keep them with us, we give you what is called a safekeeping certificate to show that we are holding something for you. Remember, in every account opening that you're doing, we also do something that is called a next of kin. Si mnajua hiyo? So next of kin is actually a confidential information that you give to every bank or every circle that you open an account with. And this is subject to change. Leo unaweza kuwa uko na bibi umekosana na ulikuwa umemwandikia nini? Si mali yote. Yes, you married again. You want to change the next of kin. That you have to follow those things because this is your property. You have to entrust the property to someone that you trust. Maybe you are a kid, the king passed on, you want to change the next of kin to another person. This is allowed. And this also is what you are reflecting also to what? Safekeeping. So safekeeping will charge you a fee, which is a very favorable fee, per annum for keeping this document for you. And you know, most of us we buy title deeds, tunaweka kwa bahasha, tunaweka wapi? Kwa wapi? Kwa wardrobe nyumbani. You've no control of that. Because sasa kama saizi hauko nyumbani, si ni kweli? See, someone can get in and get those documents for viewers. But when you are offering what you're offering to you is actually somewhere that you can be sure of, that those documents are kept, and what you are doing is what you call a fiduciary duty. It's a legal way actually of saying you're holding those documents legally for you at the time that you need them.
Okay, do you charge for safe custody?
Yes, we charge a favorable amount of 1,500 per annum.
And how can I access my documents at any time?
In our working hours, you can access your document in the end office. We're keeping them there for you access any time that you need.
And in case of demise, how will my family know that my documents are in NRS Circle? And also the control, you need to display the image of our safe custody if you have it there.
In case of demise, we actually ask for next of kin, at least 2, that we can call upon once you're notified of your death to tell them that you are, to confirm to them that you have documents that you've been holding on your behalf.
Let us also put the questions. You can give the question to Christine. Christine, you can come over such that you see whether there is any question, such that as we are able to proceed, we can still spontaneously be able to take through the today's forum as we answer the question that you may be really having. Let us go back to, okay, you have something to say?
Before the questions are asked, we sometimes have seen with my membership in Dagoretti, we have a few Maasais that normally buy cows in Dagoretti, and we find that they have been given millions of money, and they have been prone to this money being stolen. So we normally do what you call overnight safe custody of such amounts. We can organize for you a secure transit from where you've done the business, if it's done on cash, to the circle for your custody until you're able to move money where you want to move. So this is done, and this is done on what you call armed transport at a fee.
Okay, thank you. Let us go back to our marketing manager. And apart from the Chama account, and do you have any other product, maybe like the asset finance? Can you tell us, are our members able to benefit in terms of asset finance, what is required, such that they are able, even the rate of interest, for us to be able to be enlightened?
Okay, thank you. So as business people, we know that sometimes we have to rely on other people to make sure that we are able to give our clients what we want. For example, if you're doing printing and then mteja anakuja yuko na t-shirts na maybe hauna machine ya t-shirts, so you have to outsource. So more often than not, you find that, number one, once you outsource, the money that you had charged, you have now to reduce the income kwa sababu lazima ulipe. Na saa zingine unapata maybe unaenda kuchukua products za client, unapata hazijaisha. So unapata una struggle, how do you tell the client that bado vitu zake haziko ready? Now at NRS, we have asset financing in 2 ways. We have asset finance when it comes to what we call immovable assets. Hizo ni machinery, maybe vitu kama grinder kama uko kwa construction industry, maybe printing machine kama maybe uko na place ya photocopier. Now how we do is that we can be able to buy for you that machine at a multiplier of 4. So with flexible collateral that will actually be able to help you earn more. And then we have the motor vehicle. Maybe as you grow, you find that you need your own mode of transport instead of hiring. Now, the beauty about the movable product, that is the motor vehicle, is that the logbook is actually what will be the security. And with the motor vehicle, we have made it even better because we know we are all struggling when it comes to insurance. Saa zingine unapata maybe unataka insurance ya motor vehicle because now it has to be a comprehensive insurance. Ndio in case anything happen, hiyo insurance itakusimamia in terms of loan. So unapata tumetoka huko nje, tumetafuta mtu ananiambia naweza kupatia insurance. Then ile siku unapata accident, unampigia simu, saa zingine hata ashiki simu yako ama anakuambia maybe insurance yako haija cover 1, 2, 3. So because of that, we have partnered with the insurance brokerage company to give you insurance for your motor vehicle. And how we do it is that we make sure that your interest is covered. How do we do that? You find that motor vehicle, you can either pay for insurance only without the excess. Na mali tunomianga sana ni hapo kwa excess, kwa sababu unapata ikipata accidents hizo ndio utambua ilikuwa tu imekava, the motor vehicle haina excess. Ama maybe kama saizi kuna riots, maybe umepatikana imechomeka, then you end up losing it. So what we have done is that the insurance that we give you is very flexible and a very good rate. And then in case of any claim, you tell us, by the way, my car has 1, 2, 3, and you are able to actually follow up that process and you do not end up using your motor vehicle. And then sometimes when you buy a car, maybe saizi pesa insurance imekuwa mingi. So unapata maybe unaambiwa premium ni kama 70,000 money that you do not have. We are able to give you a loan, a short-term loan that you can pay up to 10 months, so that it also spreads the premium payment.
Maybe for the insurance company whereby you have partnered with, can you name a few such that members are able to understand which companies have you really partnered? What do you work with the insurance companies?
So the first thing that we do is the rule of law right now says that for you to get a comprehensive motor vehicle insurance, it has to be 15 years and below. But sometimes you find that maybe what you have is a heavy commercial and it's not insurable under the comprehensive. So what we do is that the insurance broker we work with has an array of insurance company, to name but a few. We have APA for especially the Uber people. Then we have Geminia for private. We have quite a number. And what we do before we actually even, we don't just come and tell you, by the way, utakuwa insured na APA. We give you 2 quotations. And we tell you what each quotation will be able to give you. For example, hii inakukava, maybe kona excess worth this amount, but this one has a low amount. So you as a member and to a biashara, you have the NC in terms of who you want to go with. And we are also a broker of CIC insurance that normally gives us insurance, especially for the private.
Okay, maybe can I choose my insurance of my choice? Then why should I insure my motor vehicle through NRS? And also, how do I apply for the insurance premium loan? You have mentioned that if you are not able to, maybe at the time of expiry, if you do not have cash, NRS will start for you. How can I qualify? Those are 3 questions into one.
So the deposit that you have is what we multiply, the ones we call free shares. Normally when you start paying your loan, it frees some shares. So depending on how much you have, we multiply it by 4, and then that is what we pay as premium. So this one, you can take it as an emergency loan, which you can pay for 10 months, or if you want to pay it in 6 months, you can do quick fix as what Susan had mentioned below. And the reason why you need to insure through NRS is very simple. We have your best interest at heart, so we make sure that the insurance company we propose, we know that it is legit, and because we have worked with them for a long period of time, we know that they pay claim. At times you find that you as a business person and a member of NRS, you'll come and say, apana, mimi nataka, maybe insurance company ABC. We go ahead and actually tell you what are the advantages and disadvantages of what you choose vis-a-vis what we are recommending that you have. And then also now when it comes to claim, we make sure that it is paid and on time.
Okay, that's good. Now, you have told us much more, this is the panel, about the school, about the Fosa business loan, and Kilimo loan, any other type of loan. And how will my kid be able to benefit in terms of maybe if a member does not have money to pay for the school fees? Do you have any such a facility? Especially the school are closing from Monday, and when do I need to apply such that in January I can take my kid back to school?
Okay, we are almost heading closer to Christmas. What normally happens to most of those who are parents, we normally use the money during this festivity period, sindio? So when it comes to January, that is when unapata mtoto already amesha kuwa mkubwa, so kitu ya kwanza uniform haimtoshi, kitu ya pili because they are almost closing for 2 months, sindio? Kiatu imefika, ameruka kutoka number 26 to number 30, and you require all those things. So I'll take you through 2 products that are very essential kwako kama mzazi that can be able to benefit you. Ya kwanza, we have a product called Young Achievers, whereby most of our members, we normally invest kwa sisi wenyewe. We normally end up forgetting about our kids and their future. So, in the next come 70 years, you also want your kid to afuate kila kitu kenye ulikuwa unafanya, si ndio? So I normally see with Indians, anachukuanga mtoto wake, anaanza kumfunza biashara mapema, si ndio? So what about us kama wana member wa NRS Sacco? You have small kids, you have kids who are around 18 years, and you want your legacy iishi kuwa NRS. So we always forget them. They end up going to banks. They don't even know about the SACCOs. So what we can urge you as member, we have a product called Young Achievers that you can be able to open for your kids who are below 18 years. So this is what you do. You walk into any of our branch with a birth certificate together with a passport photo and tell them, me, I want to open an account for my kid. So, meaning, ukitaka kutoka hapo, wakati unakuja kuweka minimum yako 2,000 and above ya deposit, you also do what? You deposit for your kid. Tumeweza kuelewana hadi hapo? So, that Young Achievers is very essential for all of us to open. Ya pili, it's come to school fees. Imefika January na umekwama kidogo na school fees na hauna school fees. Come with that fee structure ya kutoka shule. As long as you are an active member, you have always been putting deposit to your own account, you can be able to qualify for that school fees loan. So ensure you come with that school fees, do a banker's check for your school. Another advantage, if at all you are having a Young Achievers, you'll be given a free banker's check. So January ikifika, tafadhali wanabiashara, tusisahau tuchukue pesa yote ama tukwame na we still have a school fees loan that you can be able to benefit from.
Okay, we are proceeding well, and we can now at least answer 2 or 3 questions. Mr. CEO.
Yes, thank you. I have 6 very good questions from the membership, and I will start with there is a question: when don't our FOSA account earn interest? The FOSA account is a transactional account, meaning we don't control when you want to withdraw that money. So this cannot earn interest on this account, but if you know you putting your money on FOSA account for a longer period, kindly we would advise that you push it to accounts that can earn you interest. We have call deposit account that you can make, you can push your money there, and when you need it, you can recall your money and it will have earned you some money or some interest. So FOSA account cannot earn you interest. Question number 2. Is it possible to reschedule the loan? For example, I was paying 20,000 and my business is down. Yes, it is possible to reschedule a loan. All we need to do is come to your business, do what you call the appraisal, see how much you're able to get every month, and maybe we can see how much period we can add so that at least your installment can go down. I want to answer all my questions. I want to put multiple items for safekeeping, is 1,500 charge per item, or will it cater for all my items? So normally on safekeeping, even if you have 20 title deeds or 20 items, we enclose it to 1 and we charge you 1,500 for all those items that you are keeping custody for. The last one on my domain is I fixed my money in a fixed deposit account. When I wanted the money before maturity, it took me more than 24 hours. It took 72 hours. Apologies for that. We've over time seen the problems or experienced the problems our members are facing, and it's always been our journey to endeavor to change on these processes so that we serve our members in a better way, in more efficient ways. I know before even the money took time to get back to our time to your account, even more than 72 hours. But we've endeavored to improve this, and this today why I'm confirming to you as a CEO that we've shifted it for the period that it has been moving to now to 24 hours. Once you notify the office of intention to withdraw your amount. So I think that has been answered, and apologies again for that problem that you faced.
Yes, questions are still coming, Susan. You can go to your bundle of questions, you respond.
So the first question, kwa nini hamkubali logbook ya pikipiki kama assurance ya kukopa? I'm thinking I've said there's one of our living testimony, a member from Kino who is there. Tumemnunulia pikipiki na tukatumia kama security. And we still have some other people that we have partnered with when wametoka kutoka Bajaj. They are outside there. Tukisha maliza kutoka hapa, we can pass by their tent. So we also still finance pikipiki. Be it Bajaj, be it, the other one is called what? TVS, we still finance, and also Boxer, we still finance. So in Kikuyu, we have a person who normally sells TVS, and once they approach the branch, we normally send them to that place. We still have the guy who normally sent for Bajaj, and they are also here. So we still use that one as a security for it. So that one has been answered. How does a person join NRS when he's in abroad? So the only thing that we normally do, there is a diaspora form that we can send to him. We scan directly to him, so you can get our contact, and then, or maybe from our company website, you'll be able to see a number that is there, and then it's a very interactive website, and we can interact with them. So if at all you are not able to explain to them much, just tell them to go directly to our website, and then we'll be able to guide them on how to be able to join us via that. Or alternatively, you can still call us and then give them our number. We can interact more with them. And then there's still a question for diaspora withdrawal. Like we have said before, we have various ways of withdrawing money via your account. For the M-Pesa users, they normally use USSD or an app. Or alternatively, under that app and USSD, you can still do bank-to-bank transfer. So you can transfer from your own account directly to the next person account. So it's still an avenue that you can still use for withdrawal. And then how long does it take for one to qualify for a FOSA BIZNA? Like I've said, FOSA BIZNA, the main requirement is for you to use your current account. So the more you use that current account and the more you use our pay bill account, you can qualify for that loan. So if at all you are interested with that, come open with us the business account, start transacting with it, and then you'll be able to qualify for that loan.
Any other?
If you want to build your own house, how can I benefit through NRS investment account stroke Mjengo account? So we have a Mjengo account that by default, if at all, we have deposit account and you still have Mjengo account. So you can still open all of them concurrently, whereby you continue doing your normal deposit and also continue doing your Mjengo deposit. So on the Mjengo deposit, what we normally do, you might be having a land that you want to build. We normally use the security for that land, or alternatively, you look for another security and you start saving under Mjengo. So we normally fund you bit by bit. We have landlords, and then I'm thinking watu wa Lockwood wako hapo nje, I can see them. So for the landlord, and you want maybe to kujenga kitu kama flat, we have that BQ. So we normally fund you pole kutoka maybe first floor, second floor. We walk with you the journey under that Mjengo account. So for the interested member, kindly contact us, and then we'll be able to assist you on how to invest through Mjengo accounts.
Are you done?
And then I'm not yet. There's a unique one.
JM, you also get prepared. You educate us about Amala investment and the way forward, and also the control room. If you have the images for Amala apartments, you can also display for JM to be able to educate us about them.
So we still have the last one for the Chama account. For a Chama member who wants to borrow against the guarantee of the members, what is the gauge and the amount one can borrow? There's something that our marketing manager has said. We have two types of Chama account. We have the investment Chama. The investment Chama is whereby we are only using the signatories of that account, whereby they come, borrow money on behalf of the rest of the member. We have the second Chama account, which is called a micro Chama. Micro Chama is whereby mnapatananga kwa kikundi, maybe kwa wiki, kwa mwezi, huwa mnapatana kila wakati. Wakati mmepatana, there is a contribution that you normally borrow. So with that, it means that each and every individual stand a chance to qualify for a loan. So in that, we normally give you in a multiple of 4. So it's possible for you to be able to get a Chama loan in a group that is under micro Chama investment accounts.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'd first answer the question that is on my end about Unique Prime. When you join Unique Prime Housing, is it a must you pay all amount once, or you can pay in installments? Yes, we allow installments. So you may proceed with these deposits. Now, then I will also, still in the discussion of creating wealth through investments, I would want us to indulge in the Amara apartments. The NRS and Unique Prime Housing have entered into an MOU with the Brownstone Capital Investments. These are the developers of Amara apartments, which actually is on the slide. We are actually asking mostly individual and groups to tap into these investments, because as we have been told that there is a very clear divide between money and wealth. And also creating that wealth with investments, we need to apportion what is active and what is passive. What is behind us is passive. What we do on the daily business is active. So how do we go? We are actually asking groups. We are not telling them not to buy plots. No. What we are telling them is an alternative way of investment. An alternative way of investment is behind us. How do we go about it? Amara Apartments are selling their units at 2.5 and 3.6. These are actually studios and 1 bedrooms. And you can see that on an average, on the monthly income, is actually 18,000 on the studio and 27,000 in studio. What does he say? He says, now let's demystify between land and this kind of property. When you buy property of the same amount of 2.5 million, you will pay up 81,267 per month for 60 months. But you have not started getting the return on investment. But when you have this kind of investment, you are still paying the same amount, but getting something on the monthly. Are we together? Are we together on that point? That at this point, there's something coming to you monthly. And on the other, there's nothing coming on the monthly. What you're doing, you're paying for the next 60 months without getting something on the monthly. So what does this say? That if you have taken a facility for this particular apartment, as a part of, as you continue paying your loan, the apartment is helping you or topping up on the amount you're paying on the loan. Are we together on that one? Yes? Well, now, and again, I'm saying that on the groups, when you come to us, we will advise you on the way possible depending on your members. We've just sampled a 10-point members. Maybe I do not know what your group has. Maybe you have 5, maybe you have 10 members, you have 15 members. We will advise you and give you your chart that works on you. So feel free to come to us and we advise you on that particular investment.
And maybe Bonasio, still not the same. Can you touch something to do with real estate? You never mentioned something?
Real estate, you know, in the country is what you are calling the brick and mortar, and for example, buying of properties like land. And from look of things, the people who are buying land to construct, you've seen the dynamics in the real estate market after the president launched the affordable housing project. You've seen every constituency might be a benefit of this affordable housing. For example, what you have in Kikuyu for Kabete that is coming up in, as you're getting into Kikuyu. So if those units are built in a standard way that they are able to run the market, how do you find the real estate will be? You see, these are questions that we need to ask ourselves when you're doing or venturing into real estate. And ask ourselves, do I need to really take a loan, buy land, and also construct, or do I need to go direct to buying a constructed house and starting getting upfront benefit from? And I think this is what the Vice Chair is trying to tell us, that most of our groups, we contribute every month probably towards a cost, which is a cost at the end of the year to get that money that we've contributed, probably divide the money towards ourselves, and it is gone. But it will be noble for you as a group official or a group members to come together again, contribute the same money, but instead of it going back to your pockets in terms of share, you can invest on such avenues that can be an investment for you. Every month now and then you're earning something from what you are injected in 1 year. And this is what you're saying, let's support these noble ideas of investment, not only to use the money, but also to see that at the end of the day, we have something that you can attach to your group on. The questions for FOSA earning interest, I think it wasn't clear because it has come back again. To demystify this, I want to say what we have as a circle, or every circle. Every circle is made up of 2 things, BOSA and FOSA. Tuko pamoja mpaka hapo? BOSA ni mahali unaweka savings zako. That is your normal savings that you are given a multiplier with, share capital, na kama kuna mjengo savings unaweka hiyo sign ya BOSA. FOSA on the other hand is what you call front office account. It normally gives you what you call a transactional account. But for our case as NRS, our FOSA account is attached to various accounts. Account ya kwanza, which is a default account tutapata, ni transactional account. It will not earn you anything. But in the same FOSA, we have attached other accounts like fixed deposit account. Tuko pamoja? Why is it in the front office and not the back office? Because front office, you are around to access your money when you need it. FOSA account, you can access your account through a mobile banking, through walking to the cashier. Tuko pamoja? But when you push the money to a FOSA but a fixed deposit side, you tie your money to a duration of time as you agreed for that money to earn you a specific amount of interest. We also have on the FOSA account, we also have something that you have attached to it, which is called a core deposit. Now, you put your 1 million, for example, in your FOSA account, equal to itaka hapo. Lakini for it to earn you money, you either push it on what? Fixed deposits or a core deposit account. What do I mean by a core deposit account? A core deposit account means that you earn something until the point that you need your money. Tuko pamoja? So, I think I'm clear on that questions. If in previous regime this has been paid, then I don't know how it has been paid because where are they making this money from?
Okay. As JM answers the question, maybe on the man apartments, I will still be on you in regard to a man apartment. If somebody or a member buys that apartment, can the member use the section or title as a collateral?
Yes, because it's a document that can be used to secure the house. Because in the titling, we have 3 types of title, which is leasehold, freehold, and now the sectional title. Yes, you can use it.
Okay. And also, can you also expound? I heard you mentioning, and I know majority were not able to understand. You mentioned something to do with active versus passive income. Can you educate us in regard to that?
Yes, active income is what we do on the daily versus passive, what works for us without our attention. So what does it mean? It means that if I have a shop and have to go open that shop every day, that is an active income for me. So if I do not go to that shop, if I do not open the shop that day, I will not earn from that shop. That is active versus passive. Passive is when I have a building or a house which I have rented, or maybe stocks, or what the CEO was mentioning on fixers. Now, those are what you call passives. If you're not feeling okay and you are sleeping for that day, they are still earning for you, and you have not attended to them on a particular day. So that is passive now. And that's what we're saying, you have to move from active to passive because of affinitive elements.
So it means you can earn while at home.
Of course.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying. Beatrice, I saw a question on motor vehicle. You need to respond to that. And Susan, get ready. I saw a question. Member is asking in regard to Fossa Bizna, and also there is a Bimafia.
Okay, thank you. The question was, what asset does someone qualify to be financed, and can someone be financed, maybe a work machine? So in terms of the asset that we qualify, that someone can qualify to finance, there's an array of assets that you can qualify, and it is based on your need. For example, if you have like a cyber cafe, you need a printer, that is an asset, compared to someone maybe in construction, maybe who needs something like a grinder. You see, that's an asset. So how we do it, it depends on, number one, what is the collateral? So you find that things like printers and maybe grinders do not have any name attached to it. So for those ones, you have different ways that you can be able to use as security. Maybe you can get maybe co-guaranteeship, or maybe you can get, sometimes you find maybe you don't have a logbook, you don't have a title, but we have something we call a third-party guarantee. This is where someone who's either related to you or your close friend can be able to give their logbook so that you can use it as collateral. So the only thing they need to do is just swear an affidavit and say, I am the one who has given Beatrice maybe my logbook to use. And the other question is whether we can be able to finance the printer. The answer is yes. Then there was a question on car insurance, what you need and what is the interest rate. Now, the only thing that we need from you when you want to give you an insurance is the copy of the logbook and the value of the car. Then, based on that is what the insurance company uses to come up with the premium. Now, in terms of the interest rate, that one also falls back to you because you're the one who will tell us how long you want to pay. Ideally, you find that a lot of insurance company will give you a maximum of either between 2 to 3 months to repay your premium, but you feel that it is too squeezed and you're not able to afford it. And maybe you're looking like maybe to do it in 10 months or maybe to do it in 6. Now, the duration is what will determine what kind of loan we are going to give you and at what interest rate, because then again, we don't want to tell you, you have to pay this insurance maybe in 10 months, and you know very well you do not want to stretch it to that period of time because there are other things that you need to do.
Okay, thank you. Now, Susan, the floor is yours. And also the panel, you need to get yourself ready for like a minute. You confine yourself for exit presentation.
So there's a question that says some clients of mine don't like showing message, and then if there's a way my sales girl can get message as well for payment. So for the FOSA business, like the way I've stated it before, it's very possible. So what we have done, we have interlinked your number. So si lazima ati client umwambie nionyeshe SMS yako proof of payment. So the client who is paying will be able to get 2 SMS notification. One from M-Pesa, deduction for the payment that amefanya, and the next one from NRS. And the person, now your sales girl, will also be able to get that notification. So I'm thinking that one has been answered. The next one is on Bima Afya. So we realized most of our members, wakati amegonjeka, they normally come to us to take emergency loan, hospital bills, and then they end up telling us, nataka tu tafadhali unisaidie, niko mgonjwa ama mtoto ni mgonjwa na nataka kwenda hospitali. So in partnership with CIC, we came up with a product that will be able to benefit you as a member. And I can see there are some of members who here have given them the card for almost a year, and this is their second year. So in partnership with CIC, we have partnered in order for us to be able to cover you in some of these criteria. So we have inpatient, the cover that we are giving you at a premium of 12,000, it will be able to cover you inpatient 300, inpatient in ile ya kulazwa hospitali. Outpatient is whereby you go to the hospital, unaenda unatibiwa na unaweza kutoka. So that is what is called outpatient. So the card that we are giving you, it's loaded with 50,000 for outpatient. And then we come to maternity. That one is well explained. So it covers your maximum of 25,000. We still have a dental. Dental ni ile wakati wa meno. It covers your maximum of 7,500. Optical ni ya macho, 7,500. Na katika ile safari yetu ya mwisho, it will cover us with 50,000. We all know, saizi si government, we understand the current problems that they are facing with the medical cover. So I can highly encourage you, most of our members, and like we go to NHIF and we know saizi venye na yumba, come with your little 12,000. Na kama hauna, we'll be able to give you that loan and you'll be able to get this cover. So kabla NHIF waweze kukua sorted, come we give you this cover. So I'm thinking I've sorted out that one for Bima Afya.
Thank you, Susan. There is our esteemed member, David Kiama. Please, you know, wealth and knowledge are things that work together. So I think when someone has a breast of knowledge, it's always good to share. And Kiama, being a tax consultant, please clarify for us tax obligations.
Give him the mic.
Yeah, thank you. So I just wanted to clarify that if you have not registered a chama, there are 2 types of registration. I think 3. So if you register a chama as a self-help group, you will not need to pay tax, but you're also going to get a tax. You will get a tax certificate, but you don't have to pay tax unless you earn. So as the madam had said that you can start by having a chama, and then maybe later on graduate to registering it. So you can also register a chama as a company. So that is now when you start to pay the taxation. You can also register a chama as a society, and also that is also when you pay the tax. But if you just depositing money in a chama, maybe you had earned money, it will not be objected to taxation. The other thing I wanted to just compliment you guys is that my wife owns a salon and a college for hair and beauty, and she used to pay her employees on Saturday and she banks with you on the till. And sometimes it was difficult to withdraw the money because it kept returning the money back. But we did the complaint to the manager at Kikuyu, and at now, we don't have that problem. So thank you so much for the same. And lastly, I have never seen the chair lady of the NLS, but I must tell you, the chair lady, that your employees are well disciplined, and they are also very well mannered. And thank you so much for tea today. However, we just got one sausage, so maybe you can include, you can add that next time. For the wife college, we have a scholarship. So if you have a kid at home and you want to do hair and beauty, you can see us and we can help you on the same. Thank you. And sorry, I'm a certified secretary. I'm not a tax consultant, but we have a compliance risk management firm. Thank you.
Thank you, David, and thank you for that. And the opportunity for scholarship, we see it's coming up. Please take advantage of that.
Okay, as we wind up, we have a team outside the tent. As we wind up, just the way CPS Kiama has indicated, he has a beauty college. It's also good. That's why in today's legislation form, we were identifying which type of business you do, such that we're able to make you closer to the people who can be able to do business with you. We have a team from Rockwood. We have a team from Unique Prime Housing. We have another team from Amala. And also, we have our branch manager, credit officers there. And we also have a team from the board through the chairperson. If you have any query, let us interact, because the society belongs to you people. If you have never met the charity, it's also good to greet her na mwambie zile shida unapatanga. Yeah, you also need to share your number, Mr. Kiama.
Sorry, thank you. I have been requested to share my number. Thank you very much, Madam Chair Lady. Our college is called Millais College. How many have heard about Millais Salon? So I can see, yes, I can see most of our clients here. Actually, Chair Lady, most of your employees come to our salon, at Mochane Plaza. So our phone number is 0722 921 960. 0722 921 960. Thank you very much, and my beautiful wife can also say hi. Salimia hivi. Asante. 0722 921 960. 0722 921 960.
Well noted, Bwana Kiama.
My name is David, and the college is called Millais College. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. We are back on the panel. I'll give you a second each. Confine yourself as we exit the floor.
Okay, I would like to say we are very, very grateful that you have been able to attend this forum. You can see we have a lot of good things for you people, so we are hoping that you're going to reach out to us for any query, clarification, and hata ukikwama kibiashara, hauna pesa ya biashara, that is why we are here for you.
I'll see you.
Thank you so much for listening to me and for listening to us. My honor is that you people have given us somewhere to work. And this is the greatest responsibility you can be given, because if not for you, mishahara hatungepata. So it is our duty to serve you at your interest, and please always don't feel shy to call us and ask for assistance where you need it.
Mr. J.M. Wawero.
Thank you very much, dear members. As we pursue the dream of house ownership, we at Unique Prime and NRS Housing would want to affirm that we shall be very open, autonomy of independence, as I said, democratic member control, and the ETI as at any time that you may so wish. Thank you very much.
Operations Manager.
Thank you, members, for attending our today forum. Kindly, for any question and inquiry, interact through us from our social media platform. We are on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Follow us on those channels, and we'll appreciate your feedback. And we promise you, just like our slogan normally say, we'll be your development partner. Thank you.
Okay, as we get, there are some members who want to say something. I'll give at least 2 because of time. And as Mr. Muturi prepares for vote of thanks, and also the closing prayers will be said by our chairperson. Chairperson, be ready for the closing prayer. Muturi, be ready for the vote of thanks. And also let us hear from Mr. Pasin. Mr. Pasin, you're on the floor.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Pasin, member number 902444. But my request is first is to congratulate everybody who is there in front of us and all members. But what I request next time, you have to inject the Kiswahili. People like me, I've never gone to school. I was grazing the school at the school, so I never entered to the class. So try to inject Kiswahili so that, and we are even old, there are old people who cannot understand. So you are talking all English, all of us will not understand. The education was very fantastic. It was nice, but you see, like me, I've not understood some other whatever. So try to inject most of Kiswahili inside so that we may understand. Everybody will understand. Thank you very much. Congratulations to everybody.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Pasin. You are making us happy, and your grammar is nice. Yes. You are even more than the mover of the motion. Now, and let us get the other question.
The chair lady, board members, CEO, the panel, fellow members, good morning.
Good afternoon.
God is good.
All the time.
And all the time.
God is good.
My names are John Ngige Mogai, and I'm an architect by profession. And I own a construction company by the names of InDesign Interiors Company Limited. I have a personal and a business account with NRS, and I'm a proud member. I have 2 questions because most of the questions have been answered. One question is, I had a business and I used to rely on RTGS payments because the payments were being done online. I had issues when it came to my client remitting funds into my account because it had to go to another family bank account, which I had to always call my manager to track the accounts. Is it possible for the SACCO to have its own SWIFT code and RTGS payment method so that it can ease on that? Secondly, it's on the application, the online application. The personal application on the mobile app is just perfect. But when it comes to business, because I have a business account, it has issues because I can't manage to check my balances, to do a bit of transfer. So my question is it possible to have maybe an online platform for businesses? The other question was, in Kiambu, the land is becoming expensive, and the government has gone by the way of leases. And in leases, nowadays I can see even properties being sold on lease. Is NRS able to fund leases for construction? The other question goes to the marketing team.
Yes. The last one?
Yes, the last one.
The last one, Kaidri.
Do you have solar products? Because the way the world is moving, energy has become something that we are really concerned about. Is the SACCO willing to have solar products. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. CEO.
Thank you for the good questions. I will start with the question number 1 on technology in terms of RTGS. SACCOs are not able to have the clearing methods, which is the RTGS, which is regulated by the CBK. But we have been able to introduce module to help us manage that. The first module that you have earned is the Diaspora Remittance, which is pay to FOSA. There is another one for business to business. I think ICT is working on that to make sure that this is on real-time basis also before the close of the year. I'm positive that this will have in place. The second thing is on business transfer on pay bill. No, this is on the app, on a business account transfers. I think this is something that you've sorted. Is it working? I give you the opportunity.
That is our ICT manager.
Good afternoon. So for now, previously it had some issues, so we made sure that now it is working. So in case you have any query on that, you can talk to us so that we can assist you on that. Yeah.
Thank you, ICT manager.
The other issue is on today's world. I think every organization is putting in place what you are calling the climate change budget. And in liaison with the board, I think the SACCOs is also coming up with this. And this is to support on investment that are geared towards making our climate change policy in place. The sustainability of day-to-day lives, and this is where we are going for EVs or the electric cars. I know the climate policy is a big policy, but on solar systems, I think we are also trying to partner up with the people who are providing these solars. And yesterday we had a partnership with a few that are supporting us in making sure our water projects were able to get the solar facilities to help them to minimize cost on Kenya Power. And I think that is something that we have done. The last question is on lease. Lease is a good question because today, if you look at the land in Kiambu, as again I'm saying that you're not getting even a substantial amount of land, which is less than 20 million. So the arrangement that the government is working on is on a leasing aspect. And we've seen some of the members taking lease for 15, 20 years just to construct something and make money from that. What we're doing for us to recognize the lease that you've earned, you have to register it with the land registrar. Tuko pamoja, members? So if you go into contract for a lease with someone who has a piece of land that is empty, make sure that it is registered. If it is registered, then we can take what we call a third-party charge on that lease for even to use it as security. Tuko pamoja?
Any other question? If none, Mr. Muturi, you need to get yourself ready for the vote of thanks. And also, at the same time, we are recording today's proceedings. You can interact them. Susan, tell us where we can interact them through maybe the YouTube or the website or any other platform. Kindly educate us.
Kindly, since this is our SACCO and we also want to grow, we have our various social media platform, and I'm thinking we are in the current generation of Generation Z. So majority of us are on the social media. Feel free to interact with us. Our website is very interactive. Go to Facebook, just write NRS SACCO. You'll be able to see us, like it. Even for the SMS that we normally send to you, there's a link that will always be sent to you below that. Kindly always be clicking it. It directs you to our YouTube channel or directly to our website. So ensure you like it and also share, subscribe and share.
And critique us, because in critiquing you help us change where we are following due. So as our members.
Mr. Wawelo, you're on the floor. Vote of thanks. Chair, get ready for the closing prayers.
Thank you, Mr. Kariuki. Good afternoon, members. Good afternoon, members. My name is John Waweru Muturi, board member. Nimesimamia Kino. Maybe before I deliver a vote of thanks, MC, moderator, allow me to explain an aspect of human nature using analogy.
Okay, in 1 minute.
Very 1 minute. Nani hajaigia matatu? Tuinue mkono. Nani hajaigia matatu? So all of us tumeingia matatu, si ndio? Tukiingia matatu kwa stage, huwa tunafanya nini? Tunaingia pole pole, tunaketi, tunagoja ijae, si ndio? Makanga akikuja, na hii si ya kufa dereva, kufa makanga. Makanga akikuja, anaita dereva, wanaenda, si ndio? Tukienda huwa tunafanya nini? Huwa tunanyamaza, si ndio? Wakati mwingine hata tunasimamishwa kwa barabara, hakuna mtu anaongea, tunaongezwa watu, hakuna mtu anaongea, si ndio? Unasikia tu dereva na makanga wakiongea. Wakati mwingine hata tunauzwa kwa barabara, si ndio? Tukifika kwa stage, huwa tunafanya nini? Tunashuka. Huwa tunashukaje? Wakati mwingine hata huwa tugoji simame, si ndio? Tunashuka papa, tumeenda. So kwa psychology kuna kitu inaitwa avoidance. That's human nature, isn't it? Inaitwa kwa that aspect ya matatu, ningeita matatu syndrome, si ndio? So nataka tufanye kitu moja. Kutoka wakati tulikuja hapa, I'm very sure that majority of us hatajui neighbor ni nani, si ndio? Na tulikuja business forum, si ndio? Meaning tunafaa kuwa tatume network. Nataka tu utani kwa neighbor yako, umwambie jina yako na umuulize anafanya nini. Sasa utamata mwingine ni mkulima wa kweru, mwingine wa parachichi, mwingine ni mwanabiashara, si ndio? Nataka tu 30 seconds. Unasikia nimepewa 1 minute. That second, uliza huyo mwingine anaitwa nani? Tuko sawa? Tuko sawa? Si unaona sasa kuna mtu amepata rafiki? Ukimpata kwa barabara utampita? Utampita? And I'm sure tukitoka hatutakuwa tukikimbia pale, si ndio? Well. Hiyo inatosha, si ndio? Well, allow me to deliver vote of thanks. On behalf of NRS SACCO, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks for all of you for attending today's members meeting.
Order.
I think to get a kaka 2 minutes, ama?
Acha tusikize vote of thanks, ndio turudi kwa biashara.
Well, dear Nasema, on behalf of NRS, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to all of you for attending today's members meeting. It's a business breakfast, and no wonder nilisema tujuane sababu sisi ni wanabiashara. You will need each other. It has been an informative and productive session. Thanks to our panelists. You have indeed educated us, enlightened us on so many business aspects. Moderator, sana tunakushukuru. You made sure that tumepata the most from the panelists. I'd also like to acknowledge and appreciate our board members, led by our able chairperson, Madam Ruth Kariuki. Madam, nasikia kuna wengine hata ajai kuona, lakini tunakushukuru, kazi yako inaonekana. for you, for the outstanding leadership. Sometimes when I grow up, I would like to be like you. For sure, when I joined the board, I met a person who is an epitome of age begetting wisdom. Also, I would like to thank and appreciate the management led by our able CEO, Mr. Mainge, for tirelessly planning and executing this meeting. Last but certainly not least, I want to thank all the members who attended today. Your participation, suggestions, and questions were crucial in making this meeting engaging and effective. It is your involvement and support that make our circle thrive. In conclusion, I would like to say that we have gotten a lot of education, isn't it? A lot of enlightenment. Sindio? There's this hii kesi ya kufa makanga kufa dereva siliko ikiendelea. Tuliona every other senator alikuwa na, and kindly don't quote me, alikuwa nasimama na quote the Bible, alafu finally tukaona makanga kaekwa kwa cross, ndio? So I want to quote the Bible na niseme, faith without action is whatever we have gotten here, the skill, the education, the knowledge, if we don't put it in action, it is dead. So we want next time when you come with testimony. Sindio? Tumeona kuna mtu wa motorbike, sindio? Tunaona kuna watu wengine wamefanyiwa makubwa na hii sako. So next time, due to what you have gotten here today, we want you to come with testimony, isn't it? As with that, tunamwombea mkirudi bahali mnaenda, tunamwombea manufaa, success kwa biashara zenu, isn't it? Thank you very much. God bless you and God bless NRS.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Muturi. Na kwa sababu mtu wa vote of thanks, pasini saizi naongea Kiswahili, ndiye tuwe pamoja. And hata mimi nimekushukuru kwa sababu ya kutudushia vote of thanks vizuri hivyo, and also the control room at the ICT department for being able to cooperate with us. And the other issue is we would also like, because today's meeting is an interactive session, you also indicate to us what do you want us to do, maybe what we need also to improve. Make use of suggestion boxes such that we are able to move together. Just the way the Vice Chair said, and also the CEO. We were awarded by CS Oparanya the best circle in terms of investing in technology. Tuko sawa. Other circles within the area, very big circles, I don't want to mention the name, they are coming to do benchmarking. Come to our visitors book in a jar. They want to see what is this that NRS board is doing to ensure that everything is in order. Even those reversals, just like the way Mr. Kema you have elected, we are working on those technical hitches to ensure that you get seamless services. And lastly, it's also good to say that because we have gone through the today's platform, we shall do something that has never maybe happened. We shall issue certificate to each and every person who have attended today's forum, such that when you go somewhere, it may be in a certain group. Ni vizuri uambie uko na information, and information is power. So according to the way you have listed, I know the education committee through our able chairperson, Mr. J. Mwawelo, make sure that the members are able to get the certificate, and we shall be doing this session oftenly. We shall be doing this session oftenly. Last month, we had one for the chairmans. This one is for members' breakfast, the business community. And late November, we shall have the general membership, the same forum, even with the budget approval. and we shall be interacting, because one of the responsibilities when we join the board, you must give information and education to the members of the SACCO as per the Cooperative Act Cap 490. And SMSs will be sent once all the certificates are ready, such that we shall be able to inform you. I'll also take this opportunity to recognize our chairperson, chairperson for supervisory committee. Say hi to the members. Ndio wajue Catherine, ni vizuri usimame.
Members, good afternoon. My name is Catherine, the chair of supervisory. I represent the members of Kino. We are not heard so much, but our work is very important because we act as the watchdogs. We are the ones who are making sure that the board is working well, and I can assure you that they are doing a very good job. Members, your funds are secure. Are we together? Thank you so much, and God bless you for attending. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Catherine. Then lastly, but not least, let us engage with each other, just the way Mr. Mutu has highlighted. Let us see what is being offered at the tents there. And also, if you have any other facility, what you do, like the way Mr. Kema has highlighted about maybe the college, let us know, such that when we have all this forum, this is where you get the students from. That's why we indicated. Tell us the nature of business you do, we bring business for you. Such that when we give you a loan, you are able to pay, tukupatie pesa, wanafunzi wako, na biashara inaendelea. The architecture, the same. Sinaona, we bring business where you are engineer. Sema, Mr. Gaido, say something.
Yeah, thank you for this meeting. Thank you for the panelists. I've noted that there's something very important. The person who gave the photo of thanks requested that we talk to the neighbor, we get to know what they do and their names. But I think that was not enough. I think he was even complaining. So what I am proposing is we need to have a diary or a forum for the business people where you indicate your name, the contact, and what you do. I could be going to China, and maybe the person I need is just here. So let's get to know what the others are doing so that we can interact further. Thank you.
Susan, you have noted that. CEO, you have noted that. Huh? Madam Chair, closing prayers. My name is Geoffrey Karaoke. I'm the board treasurer and chair the finance committee. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Kindly, can we stand so that we can finish with a word of prayer? Our Father and our God, we come before you this afternoon with thanksgiving. We want to thank you for each one of us. We want to thank you so much, dear Lord, for NRS. And we also want to thank you for the staff and the board. We thank you, dear Lord, for what you have enabled we, the business members, to be able to continue to do our businesses through NRS. And I pray this afternoon, dear Lord, that these members will never lack as they take loans from NRS. Father, we pray together, corporately, that they will be able to pay because you'll give them favor in their businesses. It doesn't matter what is happening in our country, whether there is economic crisis, but Father, we know that those whom you love, those whom are called by your name, they will thrive, and you even give them even when they are asleep. And this is my prayer this afternoon for these members, that they will be able to pay their loans promptly, and they will be able to develop their businesses. And we echo the same prayer for NRS, and also for the prime housing, that they will continue to thrive, dear Lord, and the members will continue to gain, and they will be able to move higher, and even their families will be able to rejoice because of what the members are doing for their families. We want to thank you even for their good health, that they are able to work. And we know that, Lord Jesus Christ, you are the one who gives wisdom to create wealth. So I pray for wisdom for these members, that they will continue to do so, and you will continue to bless their businesses. We thank you, dear Lord, we as the board of NRS, for the turn-up that has been seen this morning. And as we have heard, the Lord Jesus Christ, even for the others the planned events that are coming, we will be able to attend because we know that knowledge is power. May you help us, dear Lord. This is our prayer of faith. In Jesus' name we have prayed. Amen. Amen. And the Lord bless you.